All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Spice and Wolf, episode 12.
Ah.
So,
Yeah.
Nora's in danger. And,
Yeah.
oh, and Holo will have like a big kaiju throwdown fight.
Maybe, or it'll
For
be
some
totally
reason-
off screen. Or
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Either way, I'm not worried about that, right?
No.
It's more, let's go. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Get Lawrence freed. Go back into human form. We're gonna have to work some word magic here.
Yep.
Because otherwise things are gonna go very badly for her, and we don't have enough time. So hopefully her dog can keep them at bay for now. And I don't want to see a dead puppy. I mean, he's not a puppy, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't worry. If, anybody questions Nora about the smuggling of the gold, then they'll just be like, are you smuggling gold? And she'll be like, I aren't.
Yeah.
I know that's not proper grammar, but,
So, yo, without further ado, let's get into this. Damn! He's able to stand up. Well
All right,
done.
now do the thing where you, like, pull up your legs and then you... No. No, he's not
that's
that limber.
not-
Yeah, no.
That's not a good idea, bro. Don't do it that way. Don't do it that way.
I mean, he did have the jacket on underneath, but, like,
Ah.
yeah.
Ah, his wood sorcery. How did he... Yeah, that desperation, running in the mud, trying to keep the cloak.
Yep.
Is this our touching reunion?
Oh. And it was totally off screen.
She didn't even need to wreck the clothes.
Yeah. It's so dry.
You are a peculiar one. The only thing you treated with care was my cloak.
Oh.
I will tear those humans apart.
Wait.
Foolishly, I believed the success of this desperate endeavor was the only way that I might continue on with this carefree journey of mine. Forget about that. As I just told you,
Wait.
Oh.
So I bent the knee. It is no matter.
That's right, I forgot about that.
You stand there beaten, burned, and soaked to the skin. Yet you carefully fold and cradle my stupid cloak to keep it dry, to protect it from the rain? What a fool!
She's so happy, but yeah.
Enough tears. We must make haste to Reuvenhagen. The leader must take responsibility for this betrayal. That is the way of the world. The wolf and the shepherd are natural enemies. It is just the way of things. Neither side can welcome the other. Ever.
This isn't the time for grudges.
Do you not understand?
The poor innocent girl is about to be murdered. I
Right,
can't
right.
stand by and do
Right.
nothing. I would be in your debt.
Oh.
My debt.
Please.
Oh, do not whimper so. It is
Yeah.
unseemly.
Yeah.
Here, hold this.
I have faith that you'll do the right thing.
Just when did you become so eloquent?
Hanging out with you? Just casually like, yep,
Are you not
Yep.
going to praise me?
yep. Oh. All right.
All right, let's go.
I was not lying to you about my hatred of shepherds.
Just as well. Whether the smuggling operation succeeds or fails, Nora's done being a shepherd.
Yeah, I love that acting. That was great.
You will feed me all the honey-pickled peaches I can stomach.
In this form.
Oh, the music.
Yeah.
Can we please get a new saddle? Riding up a bareback is terrifying.
Yeah. It's so fast, too.
Oh my god.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of 6 grown men simultaneously shitting themselves.
I will handle things from here.
So they won't be able to see him. Yeah. Giant wolf! Her sorcerer powers summoned it!
Right.
Shepherd, you have to save me!
Yeah.
Oh!
No! No! No, our cute precious little boy! No! Wait.
Huh? Wait. Hang on. Are we just gonna see that again? Was that him like freaking out? Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you're safe.
Mr. Lawrence, what's going on?
That wolf is actually home.
He's holding his head.
Is he?
Sorry, but how is it that you're still alive, Mr. Lawrence? The merchants said you were both eaten alive.
A good evening to you, Mr. Liebert.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you still alive? I wasn't the one who betrayed you.
He's never using that leg again.
I told him not to do it. I was against the whole
You
thing.
see this mighty wolf? Consider her a proxy sent by our almighty God.
Yeah.
Romario told me to fix it. I had no choice but to act. Can't you understand? You're a merchant, right? The same as me.
We are not the same. Now then, this gold is worth 600 Lumion coins.
Whoa.
But seeing as we've been double-crossed, we could forget the smuggling, take the gold for ourselves, and just disappear. Their bankruptcy and dissolution is inevitable. So, Holo,
You're being too kind.
things don't just wrap up for us once we take our pound of flesh, you know? We need to find a solution that doesn't involve you killing everyone.
But it'd be so easy.
Yeah, I could totally do that though.
I'm a pout over here.
And we should make choices that lead us to that future, right?
Our future
Without your
together.
help, I would be long dead by now.
My traveling companion has quite the nose.
Yes.
Proceed as you wish.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit out here and sulk. And I'm gonna have 100 less pickled peach,
Right.
you know.
What would you like to do with this? I leave the gold up to you. But note, if we can smuggle all of it into Ruvenhagen, it will go up tenfold in value. Is it nearly as much gold as we thought?
Oh,
Right.
if you split the gold with her, it would barely be enough to pay off your debt.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Must have known he wouldn't have enough money to pay us as much as we agreed.
sure.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have agreed to the plan to begin with. Have I answered you?
You have merely rendered me speechless.
No small feat.
Then what do you plan to do?
We're not saving them from their debt. They've wronged us, and we'll make sure they pay for that. So now, let me take care of it from here.
500 Lumion?
Yes, it seems fitting, considering the risks involved acquiring it.
Hey, stop that.
I'll just take the money you're prepared to run away with and find a new buyer for all this gold.
Well, they knew exactly where it would be.
Yeah.
Well then, let's get it in writing.
Yep. I was gonna say.
Who's the contract made out to?
The Rowan Merchant Association.
Oh.
Yep.
Issues waiting 10 years to obtain.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You've proven yourself a man not to be trifled with.
He's gonna do what I thought they should have done to him, to this guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Good job. You came back to Ruvenhagen.
You made us a shitload of
So
money.
much money.
That's it. Very well, then. I'll purchase the loan. I'd say it's worth 30 Lumion immediately. You'll get another 100 once Romario
Right,
Trading manages
right.
to recover.
Cool.
130.
So how does it work out in reality?
I had to make some amends at the association.
Right.
Paying Nora's share and the hush money for the butcher.
Uh-huh.
Plus a couple other things.
I have two questions, if you would entertain me.
What are they?
How trustworthy do you find our shepherdess?
Your other question? I'll answer anything you ask me.
Yeah, about the whole events and everything.
I believe the girl will be returning any moment.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, here's the
I'd like
question.
to know if you recall whose name it was that you shouted out back there.
Yours was the name I called.
Yeah.
of course.
I am aware that was a lie.
Yes, it was.
Ah!
Thinking back on it, I can't imagine calling any name but yours in that moment. It all happened so fast. Pressed for time, I surely would have said your name.
Why?
It's because the name Holo is a little easier to say in a hurry. than Nora. Also, the
God damn it.
of Nora would have been easy for you to hear.
Quiet, you fool! You called out Holo merely because it was easier to say than Nora? You imbecilic cretin!
The tail.
Wait.
Come, what name will you call now?
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, yes.
Classic. I confess my love to you. Timed it perfectly and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, maybe he does have some game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holo is always easier to say.
Idiot.
Tail wag.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And episode.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Now, while we didn't get the wolf-on-wolf kaiju fight,
No, we didn't.
We did get a really cool character decision from Holo in that
Right.
she submitted to the other wolf.
Yep.
Wow.
She asked nicely.
What a very massive character development thing for her to do.
Oh, yeah.
She's changed so much
Yep,
in the
and so-
short amount of time that we've been with her.
And so, yeah, of course she's going to talk a big game, you know, while she's like, before she's about to go off and like, no, you'll stay here, right? Because it's the, I don't like that I have to do this. I don't like
I
that
don't
I'm
like
going
it.
to
I
do
don't
this.
like
but I'm
it.
going to do it, but,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
What better way to appease the egotistical whippersnappers than be like, okay, you win. This is your territory. I submit.
Yeah.
But dang, I can't believe she did that.
Yep.
Like, as far as a decision for Holo to make, that is not one that I would expect.
Nope.
But the idea that she thought pragmatically rather than having some
Like,
grand, long
pride,
fight
ego
or
thing.
something.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
just the idea that the fight would take so much time that just shit would go bad during that time.
And like the idea that she was kind of suspecting, like, yeah, something's probably up here. So like, even the whole thing of like when she's like, no, I don't know if I'll actually save Nora and all that stuff. No, the fact that she did that was probably for that consideration.
to be
you
able
know?
to have a chance of saving Nora.
Yeah.
And obviously, of course, Lawrence.
Right.
But the other thing that I kind of have as a cool little read here, Lawrence thought about what would happen if she attacked,
Right.
stuff like that. We don't know how Holo's telepathy works exactly. So there's a possibility that she saw that event playing
because
out in
like
his mind.
clearly when she's talking in Giga Wolf form, you know, her lips aren't moving, right?
No.
Like it's
So she has the ability to
at
speak
least
into the mind.
Speak into the minds.
So
Yeah.
thus, also her ability to sense lies has some form of, you know, she can smell it, she can sense the people's thoughts
Right,
or
but
what have
but
you.
theoretically it could go into that like
Right. So she imagined what that scenario would be, and in that moment, everyone was so flustered that he ended up calling out a name, but she was so distracted
Nice.
that she ended up not hearing the name, and that broke her out of it as well. To be like, wait, what? Whose name did you just say? Did you just
Yeah.
call my name? I can't tell.
Right.
Nora, Holo. Like it is
Yeah.
pretty close.
Oh yeah, and
in terms
shit
of
was
the-
crazy loud.
In terms of the rain, the howling, the screaming, the
we
noise,
had
and everything.
we had like purple lightning in the sky.
I mean,
a lot
yeah.
of it. You know, like
Shit
shit
be
was
whack,
wild.
you
You
know?
know, yeah. That
Like,
can you imagine though? The dude, since he did survive,
Right.
and he doesn't know what the situation is.
no.
Oh, this person is a sorcerer. Oh yeah, of course, right. Whatever, we'll get our money. Holy shit! Purple lightning and a gigantic fucking wolf the size of a building showed up. Oh my god!
She was never the sorcerer. Lawrence was.
No.
He came riding in on the back of this wolf.
No, that's the thing. No, she is the sorcerer. She brought this great wolf and everything. And
I love the way in which we've now kind of casually brought up the wolf form is something that Lawrence is completely chill with now,
Yep.
and he can just ride on it. And it's fine.
He'll ride her, and she'll eventually ride
The
him.
jokes write
Yeah,
themselves. Yep.
That's right.
That fruit really does hang low. But you know what? I really like that Holo, while she thrashed the dumbasses, she effectively had to hold back a little bit for Liebert, for you're that one person that can make sure that
still
I'm
does
taken
go
seriously.
well.
You know,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if you
Right.
want to live, you'll do exactly as I say and set this all up.
Right. And of course, yeah, the company didn't have the money to get that much gold.
Right. So
So-
that was such a fun twist, was that, wait, if you're smuggling the money in, the tariffs, there's no way they're that high that makes up any difference for your company failing.
Right.
If your company's failing, you'd pull in the funds, tariffs or not. But
Sure.
if it's already so little, then it's the whole thing of where,
Well, yeah,
oh,
it's the difference between the operating like capital of like, okay, this is what we have that's liquid. We owe a shit ton, but like
Right.
maybe we can use this to make more money, so we're not gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna hold on to it for now. But yeah, and then also the whole thing of the 10 times the value and all that stuff, that's what happens when the church does its special stuff with the gold also, right? That's not just like, yeah, I'm sure the church would, definitely like to get their hands on any gold that's inside, right?
Right.
But like, the tariffs are to make up for that, but the tariffs would not be 10 times what the gold is worth, right?
No,
Like,
that's
so
stupid.
that would be silly.
It's asinine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the fact that this all ended up working out, where then he leverages this money to then be used to put them into a contract of debt with his company that
Right.
he's a
Who
representative
will be
of,
able to collect on it.
will be able to collect on it, and they then have a lease on their business's life for this period of time until they can figure out a way to make it, and then he collects on the finder's fee effectively for the loan and
Right.
the future earnings of
Exactly.
the loan based
And
on
so
a percentage that
the-
they deem to be valuable.
Right. So their company will still stay afloat because
Right.
they're able to keep his share of the profits of that. But then he actually has something to go to his home with and be like, hey, here you go. Here's a bunch of money.
Right.
What will you pay me for this? Because I need money,
And now
they'll
does
be
he
like,
still
okay, cool.
have to hawk the gold with stones underneath it to try and get some value out of it?
I don't think so, because I think the stones was not something that would actually be hawked. It was the idea that they needed to keep it a secret from Lawrence and Nora that we don't have the money to pay you.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
then they're just going to...
They're just going to do what they can with that money,
Right.
which will still be enough to get their debts covered and, pay Nora or whatever.
Right.
Right. And then it's okay,
I thought they were going to try and swindle somebody and be like, hey, you want this? I'll
Nice
trade
rock.
you." Yeah. This is a great... No, it's a great bag of gold,
right.
And then
Yeah.
they pull out one, they're like, oh, this looks good, But that's really childish and stupid. So
Yeah, no, that would very much be the thing of okay, cool. Now we'll
weigh it.
weigh it, pour it all into a bowl, and
Yeah. No, nothing stupid like that. Okay, so then the next episode is going to be Nora's decision, really,
Sure.
because we don't know what her cut's gonna be.
Right, because the original agreement's 20 Lumiones. Mm-hmm. They could still do that because if it's if they are able to make 10 times off
Right.
of the thing, and it was 100 Lumiones worth, that's 1,000. That's pittance as far as her pay is concerned, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So they just split it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But either way, I loved the stuff with Holo and Lawrence's relationship here, because she made so many sacrifices here, but then still ended up going and being the muscle, if you will, of the group.
yes,
But then also kind of took a step back and let him take point after all that was done.
right.
So it really feels like they're properly a team now. Because before, it felt like there was a little bit of posturing being done by Holo to try and be like, no, I won't let you I don't want you to actually lead this group here. I'm Holo the Wise Wolf. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not so...
Right,
Well,
there-
in some ways, she let go of her pride, because
Yes.
that was what the bowing before the other wolf was.
Right, and also asking the question afterwards, because one of the things that's kind of been part of the dynamic up until now, yes, Lawrence is not as witty as Holo. Absolutely.
No chance.
But Holo also, she likes to dish it, but she doesn't necessarily like to take it, you know? And granted, Lawrence isn't as good at it, so it doesn't feel as good. So that makes sense.
Right.
But also, you know, fair's fair, right? You know, so like this is also part of that thing where, yeah, she'll get upset when he, you know, syncs it up with the bell toll and everything. But, you know, it's all in good fun.
Because that's the only way she wouldn't be able to hear it, because her hearing is so damn good.
Yeah, and they're right below the bell tower, so it's
He's
just like,
yeah.
yeah, I can do this.
Holo,
Yeah, yeah.
Daisuke.
Right.
And then she's just like, you motherfucker!
And then afterwards, he says it softly, and it's like, okay,
Okay,
yeah.
Although he might have love confessed, you know, under the belt.
Oh, he might have.
He might have.
Well, another thing that I loved about this episode, which is absolutely minuscule in the grand scheme of things, but it's just one of those reasons why I appreciate romances that have adult characters.
Yeah.
Holo stripped fully naked because, yeah, she's going to save those expensive clothes because those are valuable, goddammit.
He made a point about, like, you know how much those clothes cost? And,
Right, exactly.
Like, that's not
Yeah,
nothing.
she's being considerate of that, which also goes to show that when she went to the wolf, it's like that was her plan the entire time, right?
Yeah.
You know?
She didn't change her mind on the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there was no, oh my God, you know, you're naked. And in fact, she comments on it, and he
She's
specifically,
like, do you want to praise me?
yeah.
And he's like, wow, what a nice
comments-
tail you
Yeah,
have.
yeah, right.
And she's like, wow, rather wooden, but it's what I'll get, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
you know?
okay. You know,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
No, that's that exact feeling when your girl like strips naked and it's just like, well, you have like all the floor, the stage, and everything open for you to just be like, McQueen.
Is that a new haircut?
I mean, that too. Yeah.
God damn it.
It's like, damn, did you make food back there? That's how you get like clapped. Like,
It's not as bad as Are You Feeling It Now, Mr. Krabs, but, you know.
oh my God. But yes, I agree with you. I love the adult humor and I love the adult interactions. But yeah, Holo is defined, if you will, by her ego.
Right.
She is Holo the wise wolf, and she will tell everybody about it
Exactly.
over and over and over.
Yes. Which,
Even after showing her humility in this case.
Oh,
but the
right.
way in which she'll say it is, I am Holo the wise wolf after all.
yeah. And I gotta say, as far as ways to bake the, you know, full name, you know, being said of the character and all that stuff.
Right, so that nobody ever, you know,
No,
forgets
right.
it
But
or
it's also
what
that,
have
like,
you.
there's that element of, like, you
Blustering?
know, yeah, I guess. And oftentimes I feel like that's not necessarily recognized
Warranted.
as such or warranted.
Sure.
You know, in anime. And so
Yeah.
I really love that. No, she knows what she's about. She's cocky as
Right.
fuck, you know,
Yeah.
and she very much enjoys the fact that she can, you know, lord her presence, you know, over other people and all that stuff.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But I will say, from an anime production perspective, this episode was very fun. Very fun. You know, you can have the whole sliding background just kind of, you know, move across the side. But when you have this glorious 2D wolf just animated running. Just,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
And also just the, like, right, if you had a wolf at this scale and it ran the way that a wolf did, like, wolves are fast, you know,
Right.
so, like, if you...
This thing's running like, you know, 90 miles an hour.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like,
Like,
easily.
It's...
Easily.
It takes Holo's ears to be able to hear what Lawrence is saying from her back, because it's really that...
What do you mean? She's running. She's turned them backwards. You know?
Oh,
She's
yeah,
just
sure,
like,
there we go.
Yep, you can speak into these here.
Yep, uh-huh.
This telepathy only goes one way, bitch, so...
Right, and they didn't even do any of the jokes of, like, you know, him being pelted with, you know, freezing rain or anything like that. Yeah. You stick your hand out a car, it's going 80 on the interstate.
I'm trying to remember if this was a
That
myth or
hurts.
something, but the whole thing of where if you move quickly under rainfall, the speed with which you go through the rainfall actually doesn't diminish the amount of rain that hits you because you're traveling at a lateral distance with the rain falling a specific. I have to go and look this up.
I would think it
But
would
there's some-
it would have to increase it because, you know, the amount of time that the rain falls this area, but then if you make it and you stretch that over this
I
time,
think it's the idea of right. No, I agree, but there's a mathematical equation that's interesting. I have to go and look this up, but I remember something like that, and it might have been just a myth of something that got myth busted or something
sure.
like that. But I just remember something like that where it might, if you assume a constant, like if you assume a lot of things, then you can get into a really weird situation where moving faster, I believe, makes you just as wet as if you were walking or something like that. I have to go and look into it, but
because that definitely is definitely throwing me back to, like, you know, university physics classes or things like that,
Right.
where it's like, okay, but
line all things up. But all right, next
Okay.
episode, let's have just a nice, quiet meal. Well, no, let's celebrate, but
Yeah.
also let's have a nice, quiet meal.
right, and
So-
and if that afternoon of 2, you know, supper of 3, afternoon of 2, like, you know, I'm just saying.
Well, Jacob, you've watched this.
No, I know. Maybe that's what they changed, and that's why they had to redo it, you know? Nora actually did die there, and then she comes back later, and that's why they had to, you know, stop making the anime, because they're like, well, she's dead, so...
No, no. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all
Next time.